I'm in the fucking American. I can't even get away with shit that I'm supposed to get away with. Y'all let this nigga come over here and get away with some shit. Not back the way he came from, man.
Welcome back to another video, man. Hope your day is going good. And in today's video, black woman trusts a Hispanic migrant and paid the price.
I don't know where they going with this one, bro. So let's find out.
Where the search is over and justice begins.
Imagine talking to one of your loved ones and they're going to go to the gas station or just go to the drive-thru. They're going to go there and they're going to come right back. It's a normal thing. It always happens. But then you notice they have not returned. It's been hours upon hours and you haven't heard from them. All of a sudden, you panic because now things are getting fishy. It sounds like it's a real horror movie, but the only problem is it's happening to you. Depending on who you talk to, the United States could be divided on the migrant crisis or illegal immigrants coming into America. And if you're in one of the major cities, Los Angeles and New York or Chicago, you have people who defend their right to be here.
Above all, we are treating our new neighbors with compassion because it is the humane thing to do. Because with support, they can become productive members of our communities, contributing to our economy, our culture, and our society.
Now, in this situation, Brandon Johnson is talking about how these newcomers can add and benefit our communities. And to be fair, a lot of immigrants come and help develop the United States. And when they do, it's a good look. However, but what's not talked about is when migrants do come to the United States and then the opposite effect happens. They destroy things or commit crimes. And this is the story of Dakara Thompson of Lanham, Maryland. Now, Dakara Thompson was 19 years old and she left home on August 22nd saying she was going to get gas. She drove her 2004 Edge SUV to Hyattsville, Maryland, and this happened.
Okay.
At approximately 3 a.m., for reasons still under investigation, it appears that the car willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez, 35-year-old male out of Bowie, Maryland. Through investigative techniques and video review, detectives were able to track the vehicle's movement to an address on Kimber Ridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland. On September 4th, several search warrants were obtained and executed pertaining to this case, which led detectives to obtain enough probable cause to take Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez into custody and present him to the court commissioner for the murder of Dakara Thompson.
Yeah.
Now, she walked to the car and met up with a 35-year-old guy by the name of Hugo Hernandez Mendez of Bowie, Maryland. But he's really from Guatemala and he entered the United States illegally. Now, the question is, how did she know this guy in the first place?
Good question.
Now, according to what most people said, this is a young lady who was really active in the community. She was volunteering at nonprofits, and basically she went to go live with her father so she could basically help people. But this strange man, she felt comfortable enough to get out of her car and get into his car. So they drove, and then they ended up at Kimbridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland. Again, she went missing. The whole community was looking for her for about a week. And then, unfortunately, on August 31st, Maryland State Police found her body, which was later confirmed to be Thompson, and the family identified this body because of the unique tattoos that she had.
Oh, man.
But we still want to get back to the fact, how did she know this guy?
Thompson, who lived with her dad, disappeared after going out to get gas. She sent him this text.
I should be back soon. I love you too. Good night.
The 19-year-old is seen on surveillance video leaving her SUV behind in Hyattsville. According to charging documents, she approached the suspect's GMC Yukon and after approximately a minute of conversing, walks over to the passenger side of the vehicle and gets into the passenger front seat.
But then the
Shorty,
people
why
in
you
the
just
house
got into his
of
car
Hugo
like that?
Hernandez Mendez reported this.
A roommate reports hearing the defendant having sex and then a grunting noise, which made it believe that someone wasn't enjoying the sex.
Okay, basically, this is the most important part of the story. So the young lady gets in the car with this man, goes to his house. The family sees her walk in with this guy. Now he's 35, she's 19.
Walking on
Now
the street.
they hear them having sex in the room, but all of a sudden they can hear that it's uncomfortable for this young lady. But then nobody goes to check and see what's going on or call the police.
But what I'm saying is, how could something so tragic happen in a household with multiple family members living there and nobody heard no screams, no hollers, no nothing? I mean, is it me or is anybody like, what's really going on? You know, everybody acting like
What?
they're so
This is
shocked.
a weird
Now,
story.
this is the most important part for me. All right. Now, I'm not going to be all in her business. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a hookup or a pay for play thing. I'm not sure, but we can definitely say that, you know, she left her house with this guy, trusted him enough to go to his home and engage in something that was sexual. And the fact is that why would you be in a house, you hear something is uncomfortable happening, but you don't do anything? And the answer is because he most likely lives with other illegal migrants. And see, here is the problem that we don't really understand.
Yeah, this is not adding up, bro. Cause you got a 19-year-old female who she looks like she can, you know, get a good-looking dude. And then you have a not so handsome older dude. It's not adding up, man. Seems like nigga was paying for box and then ended up deleting her.
When you have illegal migrants in America, you see illegal migrants live amongst each other. And so when they interact with Americans and something happens, they're not going to want to call the police. And the reasons why they don't want to call the police is because then they would be in trouble and they could get deported, especially if they're illegal. So they don't want to talk to the police at all. And so if something is happening and going on, those migrants could be scared that this is going to happen. But do you want to know what's the sad part?
U.S. Park Police arrested him for a DUI 5 months ago, but let him go.
The U.S.
that's
government
crazy.
has made status of individuals relevant.
What?
This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the questions should be asked of the Justice Department.
Nigga, I can't even get away with the minimal crimes. I can't even ride with no lights on without getting a ticket. And this nigga had a whole DUI and they do shit? That's crazy.
So the actual sad part is this. He was arrested for a DUI and was not deported. He was allowed to stay in the country. And if he was deported, this wouldn't have never happened with Dakara Thompson. But because states like Maryland and other left-leaning states, you know, have no issue with, you know, housing illegal migrants, then when it affects somebody in the community or somebody in America, then it's a big problem. And now it's affecting a Black American woman like Dakara Thompson. I'm not gonna get into what she was doing or why she shouldn't have been doing it, because I know you're gonna have some guys, well, she shouldn't have been there. Why is she getting this car? Look, none of those are excuses as for why somebody should die, all right? If I'm here in Africa or Uganda and some girl gets on my car, some lady gets on my car at 4 o'clock in the morning, it don't matter what we're doing in the car. The problem is going to be if she don't come home safe. That's all people are going to be concerned with. And that's all that I'm concerned with. Not what she was doing, not how she was doing it, not if she was having sex with a person or not. She deserved to come home and see her family, even if you don't like what we allege that she could be doing. All right. So we shouldn't even be talking like that because, hey, you got a daughter, You got a son. When you was 18 or 19, I guarantee you your ass was making mistakes and not doing something. You was somewhere you shouldn't been at, and thank God that you got home anyway. And she deserved the opportunity to go home. But here's the situation. When you keep letting illegal migrants come in, and this is not to say that all of them are like this, but if something goes down, I mean, they're not gonna call the cops. Hey, it's either Dakara Thompson or I get deported. And now this affects the Black American communities, and somebody loses their child, somebody loses their daughter, somebody loses their friend. We lose somebody in our community. And here's the situation. You cannot go to Guatemala, where they from, and doing anything similar to this. They will put you underneath the jail. Not only can you do stuff like this, you can get housing and protections. Like, migrants in certain states have a lot of protections, and you have politicians that are fighting for these rights to house these migrants here. And again, this is how certain communities get their numbers up, and they can take over blacks. And hey, not everybody in the migrant community is added on to the economy in a positive way. These stories typically get hidden from the light. All right. Now, I'm gonna just tell you like this. Jay Rello went to Nairobi and had his little dust up. It put a big stain on the Black American community in Nairobi. All right. When we see these migrants doing things like this, murders, robberies, taking over apartment complexes, they get more protection. It's like, oh, you're blaming them. You shouldn't treat them that way. Not everybody is like that. And that's true that not everybody is like that. But when you have the Guatemalans and the Venezuelans and certain people from Mexico wilding out, I mean, you just see people defending them more as a culture. But had it be the other way around, like us as blacks going there, they would never accept that. And again, when y'all see Donald Trump bringing in the National Guard to get rid of illegal migrants into DC, people start crying. Well, then what do you say about this? I 100% agree with him going to Chicago, cleaning it up, going to Los Angeles and cleaning it up, because these stories like this, they never talk about it. And when Americans are affected by violent migrants, and this is not all of them, but when it happens, these people stay silent. They only want to talk about the successes that migrants have, what they're adding on to the community, adding on to America. And of course, you're going to have a lot of stories of them doing so. But at the same time, put these out there too. When you have these issues, when you let them.
Yeah, man. Shout out to O'Shea Dude Jackson. T-Raw, close us out.
Yeah, I feel like this one is on us as Americans, bro. Well, whoever the people was, the police who let dude go. I believe in equality, but you know what I'm saying? This nigga is illegal. He's over here illegally. He got a DUI, bro. Send his ass back. Y'all ain't want to send him back, so now this shit happened. He did a worse crime. Feel me? Like I said, I'm in the fucking American. I can't even get away with shit that I'm supposed to get away with. Y'all let this nigga come over here and get away with some shit? Send that fuck nigga back to where he came from, man.
All right, we made it to the end of another video. You already know, man. I love y'all. Great for y'all, man. Binge the rest of the videos on the channel. You already know. We're gonna catch y'all in the next one. We out.